I cannot list his credits or say anything about him because I know very little, except for that he is a legend of the game of poker. Please welcome to the stream, Sauce.
Hey guys, good to be here.
I just like the fact that the evolution of the poker player from when I first started, where people used to make it it was like a point of pride as to who could light more money on fire. And now people are like, well, I've diversified my portfolio and I've invested in 4 rental properties. It's just a totally different game now.
I think we might be talking about getting old.
Yep, absolutely. Eric Ludendorff asking who is the second commentator. I don't know if I'm the second or the first commentator. We'll say the first commentator is Ben Sauce Solsky. The second commentator is Joe Stapleton. And we are talking about getting old. Big pot underway. Bjorn versus Marley. Marley's got the nuts. 2 pair for Bjorn. Cooler City. Bjorn left with fewer than 600 chips. Marley with a, I don't know, 1,000,000-1 chip lead now. Looks like this match could be over shortly. Oh, Marley wasting no time putting Bjorn all in. Domination Nation both hit their kicker. Bjorn does not catch another 7 on the river. GG. Bjorn eliminated. First match of round number 2 is over. Bjorn Anderson falls to Marley Cordero. Marley moving on to round 3. So I guess a lot of one question that keeps floating through chat pretty regularly is what was the deal with you and the Galfond Challenge before it started? Did you attempt to enter?
I sent Phil a message and said, I'm not playing much poker lately, and I think it would be fun to play the challenge, but I might not be your first choice. And Phil was like, yeah, you're not my first choice. I'll get back to you.
And then you got ghosted.
No, we just sort of, Phil has sort of, his dating card is full right now,
Got it. Is there anyone that is dying to play against you right now?
In what game?
Can you get a game playing Heads Up PLO?
Yeah, I mean, there's a handful of players who are better than me at Heads Up PLO right now, and more every day because I'm very lazy.
Look, that's one thing. Look, we were just talking to Dan Cates and Dan Smith about how there is eventually some people come to the realization there's more to life than poker. There's other things that can make you happy. And it sounds like you are experiencing some of those things. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I also just have lots of other exciting things to put my time into. But certainly, yeah, there've always been many more things that make me happier than poker.
Can you share what some of those other distractions have been?
Well, my recent flirtation with stock market gambling was certainly one of them. That was quite fun. And then I've been involved with business type stuff more recently. So I've been doing some investing in startup companies, and some of those I get to have some input into and actually make some decisions that help with the management of the business and the like. And that I find is quite interesting. Obviously, scales much better than poker and has some arguably better externalities. Oh, here's the YOLO moment. Okay.
Here we go, guys. Time to go. Rabichow all in. Dvoris makes the call. It's a race. 2s are counterfeited.
Okay.
It's not over, though. Chop it up.
Wow.
Ace kicker. That's right, Thalo. I genuinely care about Sauce's opinion so much that I am not being fully in sarcastic character. That is 100% dead read. Dvoris all in. Rabichow all in. King 9 versus Deuce 5. 5 on the flop. Oh no, says Dvoris. Ship it to Rabichow. Dvoris left with just 7K. Do they have to go all in every hand? Yes, that is correct. Once the timer is up, everybody all in until someone has all of the chips. 8-5 versus 9-7. And lots of ways for Dvoris to hang on to that lead on the flop, and he does. Doubles up. Rabichow still with a 2-1 chip lead. It's going to be our fourth all-in hand. 9's in really good shape. 9's double up. Daniel Dvoris doubles up again. He now has the more than 1-2 to chip lead against Kevin Rabichow. Yet another all-in pot. Will the short stack keep doubling up? Yes. Rabichow back on top now. How long can this continue? Dvoris all in. Rabichow calls. 7-4 versus 5-8. No pair for either player. No, it's a 4 for Dvoris. Dvoris doubles up. Now with an almost 4-1 chip lead. How long can this go? 10 deuce versus 8 tray. 10 high. Doubles up. The match continues. Rabichow seems upset that he won the hand. Oh, is that a chop? That was a chop. Sorry, the heads up does continue. Can deuce 4 do it? No, it's over. It is over. Finally, the best hand wins. Daniel Dvoris knocks out Kevin Rabichow. Daniel, moving on.
It has been a fantastic couple of months. I mean, January 22nd, we kicked off the Galfond Challenge. That was session number 1 versus Veni Vidi. And of course, we have one more session left, but we have a great cause that we are raising money for today. The Run It Once Charity Heads Up Tournament. 32 players started this journey. More than half of them have already been eliminated, including myself. Hashtag feels bad. I don't know if I'll ever get over this.
Big day for you and Joe tomorrow. Like, wow. You know, like you said, it's, from where it started, honestly, we were mentioning this last time, you couldn't have scripted it better. The fact that it's coming down to, 40 big blind difference with 700 hands to go is just phenomenal.
And by the way, an announcement, Farah Galfond has already said that she is going to live stream somewhere, whether it's Instagram Live or Facebook or whatever. She's going to live stream her reactions as she watches the match unfold.
Let's go. Let's go. We're going to have to tune in for that one.
Right, Farah? Max Steinberg, by the way, back in the lead. Look at that. Clawing back. And then basically we were even. We both, with like 3 minutes left, and we just decided to gamble. I had 9s. He had ace king. Stick it all in. King on the flop. GG Tuck.
It's just that bad commentator, run bad. Just can't win a flip.
Yeah, I couldn't win the flip when I needed to. You know what? I mean, the better players, if you're a better player, you win the flips. That's what it is.
That's it. That's what it comes down to, man.
Listen, I've got things to work on during this quarantine.
It's a good strategy. Winning flips in poker is, it's something important. You need to have that in your locker room, in your arsenal.
I'm now intrigued now. I now want to know if I made the right fold.
Who was it against?
The gentleman named, hang on a second, what was this guy's name?
I keep digging a hole for you, man. I apologize.
Brandon. His name was Brandon. And let's see what his Twitter. I'm trying to find what his name is here. I can't find his name. I forgot. I know his first name was Brandon. He's Fight On Twitter. I'm going to ask him if he had me beat or not. Here, follow the action for a second.
Yeah, Will, I was going to say, Max is in the tank. We saw a check raise from Joseph on the Queen of Hearts turn, and he's going for the lot. 9 of spades, river. Obviously, diamonds do brick. This isn't PLO, though. Something that you and I have been focusing on for the last God knows how long, however long this Galfond challenge was going on, and Joseph taking down a pretty big one.
And maybe it was
Look at this.
In my room playing poker.
Steinberg, by the way, all in, had aces. That's sick. I'm with you, by the way, John. I remember swine flu, H1. I remember all that, but I don't remember doing anything for it. Bradish all in with the queen 8. He hits his 8. And he does survive the double up. Greenwood down to 2,000 chips. Coleman in good shape to close him out right here. Well, he is behind. Not anymore. Jack of spades and Coleman Wissett will move on to the Elite 8. Say goodbye to Sam Greenwood. Steinberg, Bradish still battling here. All in each and every hand.
Yeah, Bradish finding a 6 ball on the river there in a spot that they're most likely going to chop it.
And now Steinberg is the one who finds the 10 on the flop, doubles up.
I love this, that they're forced all in at the end of it. It's brilliant. It's like any 2, let's go.
Yep, 2 pair for Bradish at the old 69. And now he in the lead.
GG Sam Greenwood.
2 pair for Steinberg, but a straight on board. Oh.
Wow.
Steinberg flopped 2 pair. Bradish turns the straight, and then they chop it up. Lots of oh my gods coming out of the woodwork here. Queen 5 in the lead. Not anymore. Bradish makes the straight on the river. And that's it. Good game. GG Max Steinberg, the former main event final tableist, eliminated here in round number 2. Bradish will move on to the Elite 8.
But yeah, I mean, as far
Fallow
as like,
all in here with jacks.
Right.
Club or a jack. 10 of diamonds on the river. Full double up for Bradley Dudek. And Fallow down to just 6,600. Sorry to interrupt you there. Continue on.
No worries. Cooler.
Right.
But
it's amazing, though. You know, it's amazing. I'm sorry. I was going to say, it's amazing, though. You know, I feel like a lot of us can be kind of harsh on ourselves during quarantine because you feel like you have this great opportunity to get so much done. But it's really easy to kind of, you know, go on social media, watch a little bit of TV, make yourself some breakfast or lunch if you've slept in. Before you know it, it's 2, 3 o'clock. Now you're thinking about, you know, hey, maybe I should go for a walk, get a little fresh air. Then you come back, you make dinner, then you watch TV, and you're like, wait, where did the day go?
Yeah, for sure. I think there is such a thing as like having too much time.
Flush over flush. You got to be kidding me. Fallow just ran into cooler after cooler. He had jacks versus kings. He had top pair versus 2 pair, and then flush over flush where he lost. And just like that, I lose a very quick $10. That wasn't fun.
Yeah, for sure. I also started, like, this is really weird, but like the reason I started wearing sweatpants a lot is because I've started like just doing yoga and stretching at the table. Like if you're like pulling a 12-hour cash session, just like standing up and like doing some stretches and that, and it's just so much more comfortable when you know you're in comfortable clothes.
Once again, you are watching the Run It Once Heads Up Charity Tournament. This is round 2. I believe this is the last match of round 2, and then we'll with just eight players left, we'll jump right into that Elite 8. John Sin, main event, World Series of Poker main event champion, Henry Kilbane, alongside us in the box.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not like a economic expert by any means, but I definitely have other opinion. Like I was reading some research that was showing that like even before quarantine happened, like people were already like quarantining, not going to restaurants and stuff like that.
Oh, not even a
because
question. I mean, listen, I'm not, like my wife, my family, our kids, we're not, we were supposed to be in Disney World this week with my parents, not only canceled, but there's, no chance that's going to happen anytime soon. We're not getting on a plane unless I absolutely have to. I'm not going to
yeah,
Dodger. I'm not going to Dodger Stadium, even if it opens up anytime soon.
yeah,
So,
and definitely like the whole unemployment thing, like that's the plan.
I mean, hey,
Unless it's for
listen, you have a perfect record. Look at Daniel Negreanu when he's heads up for bracelets. What does he do? He loses more often than he wins.
Bang,
He's
bang.
like 6 and I think Daniel is like 6-11 in heads up matches at the World Series.
Wow. That's tough. That's very tough.
Yeah, I mean, he could realistically have 12 or 13 bracelets if he ran better heads up. So, Jamie wins herself a nice little pot right back in the game. She's back up to 18,000. They've got 9 minutes left in this match.
Jamie asking, how did your match go, Tuck? In the chat.
Whatever, Jamie.
So Akcha saying someone should tell John to be in the same room as the mic. Yeah, it sounds like he's saying he's having some technical difficulties. Hopefully he can get that fixed and join me and Tuck later on. Obviously, appreciate him stopping by anyway and taking part. Ari saying, Tuck, Henry, you guys play live poker. What are the chances casinos will disaffect their chips after this pandemic? I think people in general are going to be... we got a big all-in and a call.
We
Jamie
do.
out in front. She's got to double up.
We're in the YOLO stage. Let's go, Brandon. Come
indeed.
on, buddy. I just need one double up, and we're right back in it. I mean, in fact, if Brandon wins 2 hands in a row, he wins. Here it is, 7-5. There's a 7. Come on, baby. There we go. 2 pair. Brandon Young, buddy.
Rigged.
There we go.
Rigged. How does 7-5 just get there against Queen
GG, Jamie. Good game. Bye-bye. It's been fun.
I'm a few seconds behind, so you're going to have to call out the hands, man. I feel like you're ahead of me.
Yeah.
Let's go, Jamie. One time.
Jamie's got something like, Jack 9 versus 3-4. She's dead. She's done. She is. That's it. Brandon Young moves on to the Elite 8. Jamie Kerstetter, GG. She is out. By the way, did you guys see there's like lightning bolts coming out of her hair? Wow. It almost looked like she was like Medusa or something.
Rigged. GG, Jamie.
Okay, so each of us owe 10 to...
We do. Let's get it up.
Good. So Brian Pellegrino against Thomas Knowles. They'll be matched up in one of the matches. And in the other one, we've got Dan Smith versus Bob Vance. Literally 8,000 euros is what separates the two players. That is, we're going to have probably a dozen or more hands where that much exchanges, Yeah. 16,000 euro pots. We're going to have a dozen or more of those hands.
Yeah, for sure. And it's the 300k swing as well as to who's on.
300k swing, exactly. Veni Vidi gets 100k if he wins, 200k if he wins. Galfon gets 100k if he wins. Everything is on the line. Joey Ingram is doing commentary with me and Stapes. It's going to be a tremendous day. I think we can hit 10,000 tomorrow. I really want to do that. If we hit 10,000, we'll do something special for everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be insane. Like, imagine like losing a 16k pot and it actually ends up costing you 300,000. I mean,
that's what's going to be. That is exactly what it's going to end up happening. It's going to be one of those spots where, I mean, and the way these two players have battled there's really no reason to think it won't come down to not only the last session, but the last hour, the last 30 minutes, even.
Yeah, once I land and get back home, I'm going to just have to not go on social media at all until I've had a chance to watch the stream, because obviously I'm going to be on a plane. So I'm going to miss it.
I can pretty much watch anything after the fact, and it will still feel live and exciting to me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, obviously, if you're like, if you're back in the UK and you're a big Liverpool fan or something like that, yeah, good luck. If you don't watch the game live, somebody's going to screw it up for you. Somebody's going to tell you.
Yeah.
You know, if you're here in LA and you're a Laker fan, yeah, somebody's going to tell you the score. But, being a New York Islander fan, being a hockey fan here in LA, they don't even know what hockey is.
Sorry, where they don't know where hockey is? Where?
In LA.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's discussing it. It's not, it's not like I'm going to go to I'm not going to go to my local supermarket or the restaurant or whatever. And nobody's going to be like, "Hey, did you see the hockey game tonight?" Nobody's going to talk about that.
Yeah, I see.
It doesn't happen. So I can watch the game. I can come home after dinner, and even if the game was ended 5 hours early, I can still watch it, and it's basically live to me, which is cool. Have I made it to any Vegas Knights games yet? I have. I've been to a handful of Vegas Knights game, and it is everything that is advertised and more. It is a great show. Even if you're not a hockey fan, if you get out to Vegas, try to go to a Vegas Knights game. They put on an amazing show. Definitely worth going to.
That's on my list of things to do when I next get out to Vegas. Is to definitely just go and watch a hockey match. I find it just so exciting. Like it just seems like the atmosphere at all the matches is pretty thrilling. I was saying, he's trolling you, get a good seat. You want to experience how fast the game is from closer. That's what makes live hockey great, and you can fight anyone anytime.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to fight, I mean, you and I can just meet up afterwards, drink and fight. We can do Fight Club.
I'm just not that type of person.
Me neither. But what the heck? Why not? Let's do it. YOLO, right?
I think
Who wants to join our Fight Club? Come on, listen. There's a couple thousand viewers in the chat. I have no doubt there's at least 300 of you who would love to punch me in the face. Come on, raise your hand. Who wants to punch me in the face?
First rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club. Come on, you should know this rule.
But I don't have the Fight Club yet, so you can talk about it because it actually hasn't been started yet. I think my wife would be the first one to sign up. By the way, she'd be in. She'd be totally in. Your dancing bagel girl would love to punch you in the face right now. I can tell.
How do you just know these things?
I can tell, man. Because you kind of came on and you danced around it and everything, but it certainly seems like it.
No, I just got to go and grind, dude. I haven't played poker for 6 weeks. It's how I make a living.
What do you guys think? Is there more to it, or is it just the fact that he wants to grind poker?
I mean, honestly, I could come back to America anytime I want. We got a big pot brewing over on Dan's table.
That's over. Dan
GG's.
Dan Smith, GG. That's it. Bob Vance advances. Good game for Dan Smith. Him and his cowboy hat out the door. Dan Smith beat Jungle Man in round number 1, but he was no match for the one and only Bob Vance, who advances to the Elite 8.
And bruschetta, and I actually found cooking pretty therapeutic. I might give it another shot,
Yeah, I feel the same way about it. I mean, definitely, if there's something you're trying to put your mind to that's a little bit different from all the strategy games and all the competition, right? It's a very different kind of focus. It's not so bad. Take your mind off of more stressful things.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna have to hit you up for some beginner dishes or recipes that I could learn.
Oh yeah, totally.
Some of your stories and try and stay as productive as possible during quarantine. Dom say I'm doing Mexican tonight. Mexican cooking. Big fan of Mexican food. What's your go-to dish? What's your speciality?
Well, Tuckman kind of called me out that the scrambled eggs thing. That's kind of the most common thing that I talk about, or that I make most mornings.
Yeah, it looks like we are entering that YOLO phase. So Brian, 8K, gonna need to double up more than twice, and he's got a good hand to
Ooh.
start off with.
Not anymore though.
Yeah,
That's gonna do it for Thomas.
GG's, Brian, and yeah, Thomas with the 2 pair. So I believe, Kevin, we are now down to the final 8 players